me hearties, a very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. Top of the evening to you. Saturday night, 9 o'clock, nothing gets past me. And it's Saturday, 27th of January, 2024. Amazing. The years are flying in. We were doing some Burns Night stuff the other night, and I uploaded one or two bits that were done some time ago. And when I saw when they'd been done, I was absolutely taken aback. So lovely to have you all with us, and welcome, welcome, welcome. You're watching Scottie McClue, hashtag float high. First line of the internet, I say, and first lord of the internet, first line of tonight. Hi, how are you, says Sandy Black. Is that not just fantastic? Sandy Black, Dinky-Doo. Hi, Scottie, says Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Welcome, welcome, I say to you. Hello, Scottie, how are you, says Kareem. Very, very good tonight, Kareem. And, of course, we'll be opening up the lines in a few minutes, and we'll get some chat. Well, hello, Scottie, from the west. It's Numpty Heed in the east. So why are you saying hello from the west when you're in the east, Numpty Heed? I'm on night shift, says Sandy. But don't you work too hard, Sandy? Hello, Scottie, again from Orkney, says Chris. Dinky-Doo Scottie says, Alans. Alans, how lovely to have you with us, I say to you. Hi, Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Hi, Zoggy. There we are, fantastic stuff. Hello from New York, Scottie. Craven the Hunter. We love having you with us from New York. Now, I don't know if the voice will hold out tonight. I was looking at a main subject for discussion, and I saw that should we return to traditional marriage? Hi, Scottie, it's David Dinky-Doo. Hello, David. Lovely to have you with us. And there's Susan joining us as well. John says, hello from the Isle of Man, Scottie. Where are you on the Isle of Man, John? Good evening, Scottie from Johnston. Peter, we all know where Johnston is. What a great part of the world. Johnston Castle. There used to be some huge mansions round about Johnston, I can tell you. Scottie, should I buy my own kit in case I get called up? What would you get called up? Do you mean on the telephone, Numpty? I think that's as near you'll get to being called up if somebody gives you a ring. Fantastic stuff. Hello from Belgrade in Serbia, Scottie. Apple user, how lovely to have you with us. Hi from Cambridge, says Zoggy. Dinky-Doo Scottie from Canada. Drew, it's always lovely to have you with us from Canada. And I think you're from Michigan. Am I right, Drew? Have I got that right? I say to you, well, I know, Scottie, it's been an age. How have you been, says Shane. Amazing, Shane. Thank you for joining us. And all you beautiful YouTubers have joined us tonight. Go down to the bottom of the picture, click the wee thumbs up sign, and make sure you've subscribed. Hello, Scottie from Bonnie, Dundee. Davy, we love Dundee. Faraboots are you in Dundee? Aim Stephen, aim frappe. Hello, Susan. I hope you're well, says Kareem. Ontario, very close to Michigan. Drew, I'm not just an athlete, you know. Has this just started, says Lindsay? It started at 9 o'clock sharp, Lindsay. So it's been running for 4 minutes. I'm from the Overgate in the Dio Ken, the Overgate Ken. My granddad said he was talking to you at a Freemason meeting. Oh, well, maybe I didn't realize there was one going on. My goal is to get rid of vigilantes in this great city, says Wilson. Absolutely, Wilson. Yes, the vigilantes. 5:30 p.m. to 5:30 Tuesday morning, then finish Tuesday. Then I'll start 4:30 to 9. That is quite a shift, Sandy. Brazil here, cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. Lovely to have you with us from Brazil. Brazil. We love Brazil. You're a legend, says Craig. Craig, so are you. I tell you, Jilly has just given me beautiful presents. Guys, I didn't put a goal up tonight, but I see there is one for 500 red roses. It must be from the last show. Scottie, I'd like to tell you what happened when I was patrol with Atlanta Police Department this week. Well, do Shane, obviously, no names, no pack drill. We love you in Brazil, guys, by the way. How amazing is that? Now then, Dinky-Doo, says Harry. Absolutely. Scottie, some yapathon. Oh, Javan, is it not just? I said, it's only an hour. I mean, I used to do 3 hours, 4 hours, all that every night. Kareem, this war they want is wrong. And you know this, the Tories are trouble. So there you are, says David. I tell you, well, the war, I think, can't really happen because that would negate everything that we did in the First and Second World War. And that would mean that all our fathers and grandfathers and forefathers fought for nothing. And I don't think we can allow that. So we've got to say to the politicians, do your job. If we end up with a war, it means we've failed and you've failed. That's what we have to tell them. Otherwise, as I say, what were our folks doing? There's a wonderful Jim Robin, third time lucky Dinky-Doo from British Columbia. Oh, Jim, what a joy to have you with us from British Columbia, from BC. You're a great man. Have you been out there since BC? I tell you. So there we are, missing the chat, Jim, every single day of my life. Fantastic. When I was on patrol this week, I had an encounter with a Polish mob. They're always up to no good, Scottie. Shane, this is in Atlanta. I tell you. Scottie, number one show, number one van driver, Jerry. Jerry, so glad you could join us. Always lovely to have your company on the Scottie McClue Show. Now, guys, so much happening this week. Watch every single one of these videos. They're there for you. YouTubers, get subscribing and spreading the word. Share the whole lot. Otherwise, nobody knows we're on. And we don't want that. Breaking news, Scottie, the moon's upside down in Australia. But I've got news for you, Numpty Heat. Do you know, and I've put a video up on this, do you know that 3 out of 4 people represent 75% of the total population? What about that, Numpty? Did you work that out, son? Now then, I'm upside down, says David. David, we're all a bit upside down. Do you know when you say, if somebody phones and goes, can I pop round? And you go, well, we're a wee bit upside down, you know. We're in a burach, as we say in Scotland. Anybody heard that one? A burach. Lovely to hear your voice again. I hope it holds out. A wee touch of the lurgy. Oh, very small touch, Jim. Just too much blethering. I think that's the thing. But as I say, it's so good to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I hope all is well with you. And I will never, ever, ever forget your kindness, Jim, I tell you. Jerry, Scottie, do you remember the film The Elephant's Graveyard with Billy Connolly and Frankie Miller, filmed in Greenock? Great film. Jerry, all these films, just a boys' game. Just another Saturday. Down where the buffalo go. You know, stuff, Billy Connolly and stuff, written by Peter McDougall, a lot of it. Then who else? Danny Boyle, Leaving, set in Greenock. Look that one up. I tell you, Leaving. It's set in 1960, and if I remember right, it was made in 1980, and the wonderful Paul Young, Shug in Stogate, is a young teacher in it. Fantastic. There we are, set in a school in Greenock. Great, says Jerry Dinky-Doo. David has retracted his massage. I tell you. Craven the Hunter, I will join your hunt, says David. Ha ha ha. Scottie, are you staying hydrated? Oh, hydrated. I'm awash. I'm absolutely awash with this stuff, I tell you. They are so good to have everybody with us tonight. Here come the trolls, the real me. Ah, David, right. So hang on. David, tell me a troll line then, and we'll get shot. That's what it's all about. I say. There we are. So that one, I am a beast. We'll get shot of that. Okay, Davey, we're on it, guys. The wee half-wits. Let's make sure we get rid of them forever. There we go. That should be that. Lovely. So there you go. All gone, Davey. Do not worry about these half-wits. That stuff. A wee bit of jealousy. The half-wits, Jerry. Yes, indeed. So there we go. All gone. Fantastic. We love it. Any more of that, and there'll be a wee again, Davey. Do not worry. Now, what have we got here? Lots and lots of you. There we are. I remember your talk show. It was the best, says Craig. Thank you, Craig. Thank you for the heart me. Wonderful. What's your thoughts on AI? I don't know enough about it. I'm not particularly liking the sound of it because there sounds like a lot of challenges and security issues, but we shall see. We shall see what is what. Now, what have we got? There we are. I tell you. Great show again. Absolutely, Jerry. Wonderful stuff. Now, what have we got here? Hello from England, man. Hello, Limonas. I need to go now. Just popped on to say hi. Sandy, I understand. You get yourself home tonight. Get a wee sleep. Big up Jamaica, says Sonny. My wife's gone to the West Indies. Jamaica, no. She's going of her own accord. She went of her own accord. That's the line, isn't it? There we go. Let's get rid of the half-wit fridge. All gone, fridgy night. You go away and please yourself. Fantastic. I remember when you were in Clyde one, it was brilliant. Stop telling us to get off our phones. You must get off your phones. I love the accent, says Limonas. Limonas, I thank you. It's not really an accent. It's more just the way I speak. It's Mary Hill in Glasgow. Hello, Scotty. Just having a wee something tonight. What are you having tonight? A wee beer tonight. Ah, fantastic. Reporting in, Neil O'Gormley from Bournemouth. Neil, lovely to have you with us. YouTubers, please do get subscribing. We must get these numbers up. They're a bit of a shame at the moment. Scottie McClue should have a minimum of about 500,000 subscribers, and we've just got a crumb from the table. So please get everybody subscribing. Were you not on Buns Night, Scotty? I sent a wee video of you greeting the haggis with the toast. Yes! You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
DINKY-DOO, Scotty. How you doing?
Hey, Glenla. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, Scotty, apart from cold weather.
Oh, don't start me on cold weather. How's it? Are you in the Midlands at the moment?
Yeah, I'm in Sheffield at the moment.
Oh, you're in Sheffield. How's Sheffield doing? Because it can do you a bit of cold.
It's not too bad, yeah, apart from, like I said, it's a bit nippy at the moment.
Well, a bit nippy because you're quite high up in Sheffield, aren't you?
Absolutely, Scotty, yeah. S5, you know, Salty Green area, Scotty.
Yes, I know exactly where you are.
Just up from Errors Road.
That's it. Just up from Errors. No problem. I know it well.
Your old stop.
I loved it down there. Can I tell you, Glenn, one of my favourite things, I maybe told you before, when I was on duty at night, say it was, I don't know, a midweek evening, and we had fabulous sports staff, terrific commentators. And I can remember going up to the steps of Hallam FM, and across the road was Sheffield Wednesday. I could see the lights on and hear the crowd cheering, stamping, roaring. Then I could also hear the commentary and hear the crowd cheering, stamping, and roaring from Wednesday, from Hillsborough.
It's been very few and far between this season, Scotty, to be honest.
What a shame.
They've had a bit of... They got promoted last season, Scotty, from League One.
Right. Fantastic.
We got promoted. We beat Barnsley in the final, Scotty.
Oh, you beat Barnsley.
We beat Barnsley in the final. You can imagine what Wembley were like that day, can't you?
Hey, Barnsley and Sheffield Wednesday.
Barnsley versus Wednesday in the playoff final. Yeah, it was fantastic.
Ah, come on! Come on! All that stuff.
Absolutely partisan, Scotty. Red and white and blue and white all together.
Oh, fantastic! And it's only up the road. You're only you're talking 10 minutes between them, aren't you, Max?
I mean, Barnsley's going towards like Chapeltown High Green End, isn't it?
I know it well. I used to stay out there. I stayed out Weltley way.
You've got Grenoside, Grenoside Woods, ain't you, Scotty? All that.
Grenoside, and then you've got
Burn Cross.
Now, don't tell me. You've got Bond Cross. Yeah, I know Bond Cross well.
Yeah.
And you've got
Chap.
Yeah, but wait now. Don't but don't spoil me. Don't spoil me. I've got to tell you, when you get over to the other side, and the old steel town down in the bottom of the valley.
Yeah.
You know the one I mean.
I know what you mean, Scotty. Yeah.
You know exactly where I mean.
I mean, you know when they knock the
Stockbridge.
viaducts down.
Stockbridge.
Stockbridge. Yeah.
Stockbridge. Aye. That's it.
Stockbridge Park Steels and all that, Scotty.
Or Stocksbridge. Stocksbridge.
Stocksbridge.
That's what they say. If you get into Stocksbridge.
You've got Warclay, you've got
Warncliffe.
Thorpe.
Yep, you've gone out to
Thorpe-side.
Thorpe Esley.
Thorpe Esley, yeah.
Yep, and also the next one, well, the High Town up there.
Oh yeah.
You know where I am exactly. Oh gosh, fantastic.
Do you miss the countryside and all?
I missed the whole thing. I loved it. The people, beautiful people.
Like Castleton and all of that.
Lovely, absolutely beautiful. And I can remember all the names, but they're not just flooding back to me because it's do you know how long we're talking now this year? 27 years.
What, since you left Sheffield?
Yeah. I went back 20 years ago.
Seriously?
Yeah, 20 years ago, and first time 27 years.
Okay.
Amazing. And I told you the story coming back to the station. I picked up the phone and all I said was, Hello FM, can I help you? Oh, are you him? Are you him?
Straight away.
Right away.
I mean, have you ever thought about having a return back to this neck of woods?
Well, it would be lovely, but I think new people own the stations now. Do you know what I mean? I'd have to sort of get in touch.
We can still have we can still have a chat, can't we? Anyway.
Oh, you and I can always have a chat, lad. But I mean, amazing.
Absolutely, Scott.
Amazing stuff, and the people just took me to their hearts.
To the national treasure, 100%.
Oh, honorary Yorkshireman, there's Yorkshire, Scotty.
You'd be better than Prime Minister, Scotty, to be honest.
Don't put on that Scottish voice, Scotty. We don't believe you.
Is that what they said?
Oh, they used to give it all that. And then one of the villages, they had the home of Scottie McClue. One of the pubs, they had live Scottie McClue from 10 on the blackboard outside.
Fantastic. Who needs football, Scotty, when you could have streaming of Scotty?
You know, they had it on they used to put it on in the pub bar. Can you get radio
Fantastic.
On? One of these old radios up on a shelf, you know?
I mean, back in 90s, like, it been my day, Scotty, on a Friday night.
Friday night, phone in.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. DINky-DOO, magic megaphoning and all that.
Magic megaphoning, thou wants to get live, thou wants to shut up.
Stick your head up your backside and blow your nose.
Blow your nose to the pressure equalisers. Go and get yourself away.
As soon as I saw your video in that charity shop, I thought, I'm buying this.
Oh, jeez.
And the CD as well. Absolutely quality, Scotty, innit?
Quality stuff. Absolutely. Still doing the rounds as well.
I don't think you made enough, Scotty, to be honest.
We didn't. We should have done a lot more at the time. We could probably have done one a week.
Absolutely. Big t-shirt. You should have had t-shirts and scarves and everything, Scotty, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you know that technicians at schools used to record the show and give it to all the staff on a Monday in cassettes. And then they could take them home and listen, because they couldn't stay up at night, right? All the teachers and things.
Yeah.
Take them home and listen and stick the cassettes back, and they'd do them another.
Fantastic.
Isn't that lovely?
So they were no better than listening to it live, though, Scotty, were they?
Oh, yeah. Remember we used to get biggest thing since the pudding?
Yeah. Fantastic stuff.
Biggest thing to Yorkshire since the pudding.
But you've never let it get to you. You've never let fame get. You've never let your job get to your head.
Oh, no, you keep yourself. No, you can't. God, the people would chuck you.
You've always kept yourself grounded, aren't you?
Yeah, well, you've got to. The people will chuck you. I'm just giving me hat a brush. I've noticed I've got a couple of little hairs on it.
Yeah.
No, you've got to.
What you see is what you get in there.
Well, once you think you're better than the people, you're finished. You're
gonna lose your fan base then, aren't you?
Yeah. See all these people that are a threat to society. I would direct them to watch a certain movie, especially the ending of it.
Absolutely.
And I think they'll learn their lesson a bit too late.
100%.
And what about this? There's a wonderful John Donnelly, and he says, wait, you hear this, Glenn? He goes, you want a light fatigue cap.
Brilliant.
I'll put on Glengarry.
Do you think the next generation's got a lot to pick up on, haven't they, Scotty, when they get older?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm very impressed with the next generation, and I'll tell you for why. You know, I do the TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, there's thousands of them on there. We popped a thing up this week. 11,500 have had a look at it. One tiny little video.
Yeah.
We're over 1 million views on the YouTube channel, although we've got small subscriber base. We need to get that up.
Yeah.
You know, everybody should subscribe. I don't know what the problem is. I think they think it costs them. They go, subscribe, or I don't want to give any money. So you want this free.
The word subscribe makes people a bit.
I think it does, Glenn. I think it does. My dear boy, I am going to have to go. How are the kids? Are they all right?
Yeah, everybody's fine, Scotty. Everybody's ticking along fine, nicely. Yeah.
Tell them, Mrs. Scottie McClue's asking for them.
She's wanting me anyway.
You better dash, love. You take care.
Where's time going, Scotty?
Top man.
DINky-DOO, Scotty.
DINky-DOO, Lala. Fine fellow. That's Glenn. Glenn's a Sheffield man. And I can't believe, guys, 27 years since I went to Sheffield. It could be yesterday. Right. Coco says, hello, Scotty. Best Yorkie in West Scotland. Woof, woof. DINky-DOO. We love wee Coco the dog. I bet she jumps up on your arms. Yes. Who's this? You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
DINky-DOO, Scotty, Tom here.
Tom from Belfast. How are you, la?
All good, and yourself?
What a great show tonight, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. I'm only tuned in there about 10 minutes there, just listening to the end of the last fellow's conversation there, you know.
Never a dull moment on here, Tom, I tell you.
No, surely.
Fantastic.
Surely, I haven't had a phone in a wee while now.
When did we last have a phone in? Last Saturday.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying I haven't phoned in.
Oh, you haven't phoned in for a while. No, but we do miss you. But you're no stranger to us, if you know what I mean.
No, surely.
Do you know what I mean? We're like a family, Tom. We're like a family on here, you know. Everybody knows everybody else. Keep talking. I'm giving myself a wipe down. It's roasting in here tonight.
Well, last Saturday there, I was picking up, having a look at a new motor for the grandfather, you know.
Oh yes, for Sean.
And me and him collected it on Monday.
What have you got something good for him?
I got him a relatively new Ford Fiesta.
Nice, you've done very well there, Tom, because they'll be like gold dust at the moment. People are trying to avoid all this electric stuff, apparently.
Yeah, well, see, he's been a Fiesta. His past 4 cars have been Fiestas, but you know, this latest one is absolutely fantastic.
Wow!
Like even I love driving it, you know.
Oh, fantastic! Here's a guy, Tom says, What did you look like when you're younger? Guys, start scrolling down the TikTok videos and the YouTube videos, and you'll see what I looked like when I was younger. Honestly, I've never heard so much nonsense in my life. It's like people asking the same question on here. What team do you support and everything? Look at all the videos first. Do your research on Scottie McClue, and then come on for a chat.
Well, Scottie, I'll tell you this here. I'm not going to go on about it or anything, but absolutely wonderful car. But the only thing is, getting a text was an absolute nightmare.
Well, now, why is that? Can you not just do that online?
Well, I'll tell you what the problem was, Scottie. My grandfather, Sean, he's entitled to free text in his car.
Yes. Right? Now, wait a minute. Is this a Northern Ireland thing?
It might be. I don't know.
I don't know. So what's the setup? Because he's of a certain age, he doesn't have to pay road tax, no?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Wow.
He's a certain age. Or no, because he's entitled to. See, he has a bit of trouble with the osteoporosis,
Oh, right. So is it a Motability car?
No, it's not a Motability car. He bought the car,
He bought it, right. Got you.
I think he called it PIPS or something. Entitled
yes, I know, like that personal income payment or payment. Yeah, something like that. I know what you mean.
Well, anyway, so when I bought the car, the man says to me, you'll have to go to the post office and tax it. You can't do it online. So I said, it's not a bother. You know how many times it took me to go to the post office to get it taxed? 4 times I had to go to the post office.
Now, why was that, Tom?
First time I went round and says, we need proof of insurance and proof of eligibility for PIPS. So I went round and I phoned the insurance company and got them to send me my policy by email. And then I printed it out.
Right.
Got that. And then I found a letter of eligibility for PIPS.
Yeah. It would have had a letter in, yeah.
I got that letter, brought it up to the post office, and the woman says, no, this letter doesn't say he's eligible for free tax. It only says he's eligible for PIPS. And I says, well, PIPS is free tax. Anybody who has PIPS is getting free tax.
Yeah.
And it says, no, I need your letter of tax. So you know what? I had to find a letter from 2011, and I was lucky I found it too. So I found the letter, and I went over to the post office, and she said, and I went on my own, And she says, oh, no, I need your grandfather here so we can sign it. So I went home, got him to sign the form. 4th time lucky, I got it signed.
What a carry-on, poor man. Now, Tom, it was lucky. I mean, obviously, Sean's got you, his grandson, a fine fellow there, and young and fit, and what have you. Now, what if he'd had to do all that himself?
Exactly. It would have been an absolute disaster.
It's enough to shove his blood pressure up and all sorts of things,
Yeah, well, the insurance for that wee car, like his old Fiesta, right? Insurance was $350. Now, I thought that wasn't too bad. So I phoned up the insurance company and they says, right, you've changed cars. We're going to need to throw you another £100 at the minute. And I says, yeah, I wouldn't like to, but I'll just do it anyway, right? And I says, is there any cheaper options? He says, well, I can try and cancel your policy and start you a new one. Now, keep in mind, my policy last year was £350. This year, £900.
Oh, no, something's not right there, Tom. I think you need to shop about.
I said, something's not right. I can go onto these sites online and do comparison checks and get a cheaper insurance company,
Yeah. No, so that's not £900 just for a guy like yourself. I mean, I won't pry into your circumstances, but, responsible guy, small car. No.
So you can insure a supercar for that.
For goodness sake.
I says, right, well, you're getting your £100 to August, and next time, if I come back here in August and you're still saying £900, I'm going elsewhere.
Very good for you, Tom. Yeah,
so
you've got to look after. It's an absolute battleground out there.
Yeah, but from now on, since I've got it taxed first, all the rest of the times that it should be need taxed, I can do all that online,
Yeah. Well, good for you, Tom. Well done. We'll give you a round of applause for that. No, but that's great, and that's good that you were there for Grandpa.
Yeah, I'm glad I got it sorted because I wouldn't like him to run that post office, and especially the fact that he's driving a new car. He's not used to it, and him driving around to the post office 4 times in a car that he's not used to. I don't think so.
And even having to look out all the stuff. If you're there, it's a great help to him, right? Because he could say, Tom, have a look through that stuff and see if it's there,
Yeah, but I have to say, the fella I bought the car off, absolute gentleman.
Lovely.
Absolute gentleman.
Lovely.
And the price was very, very reasonable. And he gave me a reasonable price for my last car. I'm very happy, and I'll definitely be back to him.
Good for you, Tom. I'm going to move on, but lovely to hear you. And say
Good
hi
speaking
to
to you, Scottie.
everybody. Always good speaking to you. And a big dinky-doo.
Dinky-Doo, Scottie.
Dinky-doo, la. Lovely
Speak
to
to you
hear
next
you.
one.
I hope so. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Tom. Ta-ra, la. There we are. That's our Tom from Belfast in Northern Ireland. Right, what do we got here? Let's see what's going on. Lots and lots of different stuff here. I tell you. Oh, what's going on here? There we are. Fantastic. New York, says Craven the Hunter. Dinky-Doo. Gotta love New York, says Mr. Neeg. Thank you very much. The book club, What's Up, McClue fans? We love it. Just watching the highlights of the African Cup of Nations with a beer, says Kyle. Good one, Kyle. Hi, Jerry and David. Thanks for your support. Hi, Jerry. It's David. Sorry. Thanks for your support. Scottie, I'm not having a beer tonight, says Numpty Heed. Why not, Numpty Heed? Are you okay? You're worrying me now. Well, you're not on Buns Night, Scottie. No, I put up the Haggis address on Buns Night, Jerry. So everybody get it there. And I also put up talking on National Talk Radio in London. I was phoning them from Edinburgh and educating them on Buns, I tell you. So there we go. Fantastic. Now, Tom's just phoned us a great call, as always. Did the lovable lassie make a good cup of tea, Scottie? She did not indeed. The lovable lassie was spot on. I tell you. Scottie, it's Scott who left a message regarding the minor bird. Ah, yes, it's a minor bird. Fortnight crew. Minor, M-I-N-A-H, I think, minor bird. The miners. Hello. Scottie, I'm calling, but it's not ringing out, says Kareem. It must be Kareem. Great show, says Jerry. I'm away to have some salmon, Scottie. Tom, brilliant. I'll try again. Am I blocked, Kareem? How could you possibly be blocked? There we go. Wilson says we have to vote for him for the mayor of New York. Alistair says, hi, Dinky-Doo, Alistair. Scottie, me, myself, Scott, and my daughter Summer are listening to you, loving your show. The minor bird was called Rambo. Hello, you're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Result, Scottie, how are we doing?
There you go. Why on earth would you be blocked? Come on.
I don't know, maybe just... I don't know, but I'm glad I got through, Scottie.
You're here. Absolutely. I think it just gets busy, Kareem. See, what you don't see is I've got banks of calls ringing and ringing and ringing. That's why I say to people, well, we'd better go now, because they're going daft trying to get on, you see.
Absolutely, Scottie.
Yes.
How are you, Scottie? Anyway?
And this show, we like to have a good bit of a chat with our callers, whereas the radio would have been on and a bit of a chat, then off at speed, you know.
No, I remember, Scottie, in the Nation Radio
I mean,
days.
some nights we had to get through maybe 100, 200 calls in 3 hours, you know.
Yeah. A lot of calls. It must have been backup after that.
Crazy stuff. You're absolutely shattered. But it was well worth it. But what used to amuse me, Kareem, people would say, oh, Scottie, you must do a terrific amount of preparation for your show. I said, I do none at all, because you don't know what's happening. How could you possibly know who's going to phone in with what? So you've just got to have the stuff up your sleeve, you know.
The knowledge, absolutely, Scottie.
I'll tell you what I've done tonight, Kareem. I've put out a video of one of the shows that we did before, and I've actually said, why don't the politicians, get their credibility back? Because politicians are losing credibility hand over fist. Nobody believes a word. I mean, I saw a senior Conservative politician, and she said, here was her word, something like this, Kareem. I'm paraphrasing a bit. I can't remember exactly, but she said something like, if we were anti-Scotland, why do we try to hold on to Scotland so hard? And Why do we give Scotland its finest financial settlement it's ever had? Now, they're filling people's heads with this nonsense when the truth is Scotland's giving Westminster the finest financial settlement it's ever had, and that's why they don't want rid of Scotland. That's why they're fighting so hard to keep it.
Do you know, Scottie, that's quite interesting, but to see what you just said there, filling people's heads with nonsense. A new poll has just come out today showing now that there'll be more Labour MPs in Scotland, and Labour will now win the next Scottish elections at the Parliament.
Well, so they might, but I'll be surprised because they've been in the wilderness for what, 10, 12 years?
Oh, my thinking behind this, Scottie, is if you remember back to when Tony Blair won the general election.
I remember it. I actually thought I got home. I drove all through the night from Sheffield, 1st of May, 1997. I got into the house. I saw he'd won the election at something like, I think 4 or 5 in the morning. And I thought, oh dear, that's going to be a problem now for this country. And it was. And then we had Iraq and all that,
But it's happening again with this massive landslide. But I feel sorry for England because obviously the Tories have made such a mess, they need to now jump to a diet version of Tory, which is Labour. My only thinking is that a lot of people up here in Scotland are just jumping on the bandwagon. And they'll see, because it's now about a year and a half, 2 years to the Scottish elections, they are going to see Labour are no different from Tory. They are going to see a unionist, conservative media handing Labour. They are going to see Keir Starmer, who always does right turns, but won't be able to hide from that now because he'll be in charge. You'll see Anna Sawa again up here, completely doing U-turn after U-turn and showing weak leadership. Now, a lot of people are seeing this as a good thing, Labour getting back in charge. I would agree, because it's going to remind people how useless they are. And really, I actually think, and I'm predicting this, and I'll say this first here in front on your show, Scottie, I think after the Gubbin at the SNP will get up here, and it's a Gubbin they need that we kick up the backside to remind who they are, there will be a new First Minister. I really think that's
very interesting. Well, I'll put that out as an opinion. Kareem. But what I was thinking, what about this? Tell me how this sounds. What if you weren't allowed parties who were unionist in the Scottish Parliament? So you have to have a party called, say, the Scottish Conservative Party. They would need to drop the unionist bit, and they would need to accept that independence was the way ahead. What if you had a Scottish Labour Party that were only very, very loosely linked to a unionist Labour Party, and you had the Scottish Nationalists, and you had whatever other bits and pieces, Greens and Liberals and things like that. But they all had to be pro-Scotland and pro-independent Scotland economically and financially. What about that? No?
I think that's the issue, Scottie. These people won't see that. I'm all right, Jack. And, the problem is you can see that. I've spoken about this before. Yeah. You remember from the 60s and the 70s, the sheer poverty that was in Glasgow, the slums, and that was under Labour's watch.
Yes.
When they were in charge of the council and all this stuff. I'm afraid that's going to come back again when Labour, you're seeing the secret deals up and down the country with the councils where Labour and Tory are working together to keep the SNP out. And these councils are racking up massive bills because they're just useless with finances. But they're demanding more from the government, and the government doesn't have an endless pot because it's restricted what Westminster's cut back to Scotland.
Why don't you have a setup where the people draw up a rough manifesto and say, this is what our requirements are. We need a minimum wage of X. We need these jobs brought to Scotland. We need these areas regenerated, and say, this is what we're needing can you actually make that happen? And then the politician has to say, we can certainly have a good go at it. And they say, yeah, but if you don't manage it within whatever 3 years or 4 years, then you will have to go.
I think politicians is one of the safest jobs I've ever got. You know, you see all the mismanagement and corruption and all this stuff, and they're still in a job. And when they leave the job, I think they get up to about a year's wages, like goodbye, thank you for doing the job, and away you go.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're an ex-prime minister, I think you get a couple of tons a year and full security for the rest of your life, you know.
Oh, yeah, well, Liz Truss accepted that for doing less than a month's job, and you've seen what she's done with the mortgages and the economy, and how it's very. I mean, so much people are suffering, and this is what I get annoyed, Scottie, because we've seen what's happened down south, what the Tories are doing, and people might feel a bit of relief with British Labour getting in control. But just around the corner, you know, the Tories will get back into power again, and the same old cycle is just going to keep going on and on and on. We need an independent Scotland.
Yeah.
We need to break away. It's time now to take full control. We will still be part of Britain because we are part of the British Isles, all that stuff. The King will lead. He will still be the head, and you know, let's move forward.
But you see, there's also talk. It's only talk, but there's talk of movement in that as well, and talk of. I mean, obviously, you know, King Charles is not well at the moment. He's not a spring chicken. Blah blah blah. And there's talk of, you know, William not wanting to be the head of the Church of England and all that sort of stuff. So you see, I don't know what the future of the monarchy is going to be. The reason I wanted everybody to back the monarchy is then Westminster could not say we are not prepared to give up the crown. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. One of the powers that we have will be the crown, and that's and if you go into Leaving Scotland website, powers from Westminster where we get full control and independence.
Yeah.
Crown. We that is one of our powers that we will have, the crown. And I think I've said this as well, I think King Charles will abdicate. I think within the next 5 years, and I do think we will have a new king again.
You don't think he'll go the full bit?
I don't think he'll be like his mum. I really don't.
Well, you see, there's other royalty actually abdicate. His mother would never have abdicated. Yeah. So, you know, and even at the end, when I'm perfectly sure her health wasn't brilliant, she coped, yeah. And she would have suffered discomfort and all sorts of things, but she got on with the job. But there's other abdications. I mean, there was one last week. Was it two last week? Can't remember. Anyway, you know, there are changes going on in royalty across the world, you know.
I think there's the importance of young blood, and I think we can see that with the future king, the new king, that, you know, it's young blood, new ideas, and he will have new ideas and ways to change things. And I think the people would take to him more than probably, dare I say, King Charles. I know he's a king, but I know some people are not very fond of him, and that's fine. People.
Well, I think he's the kind of figure. I won't use any proprietary brand, but he's the kind of figure that I think you either like or you don't. Do you see what I mean? Because he's got a style. He doesn't have a sort of commanding style, but he's got quite an endearing style. Do you know what I mean? He's sort of saying, look, I'm being very reasonable about this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I personally have nothing against the man at all. No. And, you know, I think within the next 5 years, and I think that's really pushing it, I think we will have a new king again. And it'll be
let's just put it this way. He's a different style from his mother.
Absolutely. Yes. But he's waited all his life.
Yes, of course he has. You know, absolutely. But that means he's fully trained. So he's got a lot of knowledge.
Yes. Well, absolutely, Scottie. I mean, I do think within the next 5 years, he'll pass it over. You know, he'll have done his part. He's made changes just now, as you know, from the palace and all, you know, policy making, whatever. you know, he's made a lot of changes, and that will continue. And I'm sure when our new future king comes in, he will make a lot of changes as well. And he'll be learning from his dad also. He'll be
absolutely. Hey, it's not a job of fancy, Kareem. I'll tell you that for nothing.
a lot of people think it's easy. You get everything on a plate. Can you honestly,
toughest job in the world,
till dawn, having to serve the public constantly? I think it's a tough shift. And yes, they may live in palaces and they have luxury, but I personally think it could be quite a lonely job at times.
Well, of course, it depends what you mean by luxury. Do you see what I mean? That's a term that very often gets misused. Like if you're looking for a wee pokey flat, you'll probably find it's advertised as a luxury flat. Lovely talking to you, and we will say Dinky-Doo and catch up soon.
Later, Scottie. Have a great week ahead.
Bless you, Kareem. Thanks. Bye-bye now. What a fine fella. Always a good call, Kareem. Always interesting. Scottie, how's your car, says Alistair. Alistair, she's still needing the work done. I tell you, if you want to liaise. Kyle says, come back to New York City. It's paradise. Scottie, have you ever been to New York? No. Pardon me. A wee crackle there. Good call as usual, Kareem, says Susan. Absolutely. Scottie, would you beat any political obstacles put in front of you? Dinky-Doo, my friend. Someone's got fortnight. I would have to. If McClue decides he's doing something, then it happens. Look at my track record work-wise, and you'll see what I mean. I tell you. There we are. Have you ever heard of the singer Morrissey? Of course I have. John McDee. Very much so. That's better. Excuse me. There we are. I forgot to bring my water up tonight, I tell you. I usually bring my water. Now, if you're watching me on the YouTube channel, please do subscribe. We do need subscribers. If you're watching on the old TikTok, then get following as soon as you can. All right, Scottie, says Rab, you're looking well, mate. Thank you, Rab. That's very kind of you. What have we got? Peter Herron says, down among the big boys. Scottie, your hat looks nice. Thank you, Thib. Hi, Scottie. Do you think a war will start? And if our youth gets called up, do we stand a chance? Well, odd job. I loved you in James Bond, by the way, odd job. You're a devil with that hat. What was it? You were in Goldfinger. Is that right? You were in Goldfinger, odd job. Fantastic. No, I don't think it will come to that, because you see, that would be betraying all our ancestors going right back, who were told, because they laid down their lives, gave up 6 years of their youth, things like that. They were told, no, land fit for heroes. So they're not really wanting sent out to get killed again. From that point of view, I tell you. Also, our young people, they don't have that kind of training. The nearest they've got to war is computer games. There we are. Lancaster Radio, I listened as a kid. Mike, we did. We were in Lancaster, Preston and Lancaster and Blackpool. Sad you need to spend your life blocking people. It is, Bubba, isn't it? It really becomes very irritating. Why can these people not just have respect? That's what I say. And then we wouldn't have to block them. 1 pint and I would, Scottie. There we go. You bring the job, you get the job done. You bring a smile to a lot of people, says Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. Very, very kind of you. The communists are returning. Save us, Bonnie lad, says Moby. I tell you. Right, who have we got here? You're welcome in Yorkshire, Kevin. You're very, very kind. Thank you so much. I say to you, not my king and all fake news. They're going underground. 2030 agenda. You're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
It's me, Stevenson. How are you?
David's son, how are you? We wondered where you were tonight. We've been so busy.
No, well, before we get any further, I can debate a lot of things. I'm really passionate, as you know, but there's things that's really happening right now.
Yes.
But anyway, I mean, I've not got long to go, but okay before I go.
What do you mean you've not got long to go? What do you mean time-wise? Do you mean tonight? Oh, thank God. I thought you were trying to tell me something.
No,
You're good. I've not got long to go. I thought, what?
No.
Stop.
Well, I mean, as you continue, I said before you continue because you're a big fan legend. You've got to stay on.
Well,
so let me speak and you can speak.
Speak, go on.
There's things annoying me about this. Rishi, Keir Starmer, right? Okay, Keir Starmer, the Labour. He's in Labour. He was a judge years ago, right?
Yep. He was the Director of Public Prosecutions.
That's right. Well, okay. Thank you for. But it's the same difference to me. If you understand, he's a wig on his face, a wig on his head.
It was the DPP.
So years ago, I'm just speaking my speech. He knew about Jimmy Savile.
Yes. Partly so.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Yes, he did, my friend.
Yes.
And he's now in the Parliament stating his case with that stupid Rishi. All these Parliament people who want to bring the British men to war, other men and children to war.
I know. Well, you see, there should be no more war. I mean, that stuff is because the politicians have failed us. If we have to go to a war, we've been failed. And the war nowadays, all these young people, none of them have been brought up with that sort of way of thinking.
No.
You see, so they wouldn't know what to do. It would be a mess. It would be the equivalent of what the Kaiser did in the First World War, because he was quite poorly educated, the Kaiser. That's why our royals are now a lot better educated than they were. But the Kaiser was very poorly educated. He mobilized Germany in 1914. Then he said, can it be stopped? And they said, no. Once you mobilize the military, they're so good at their job, you can't stop them. And John F. Kennedy got told that by Nikita Khrushchev from Russia. And again, we're being told, don't mobilize troops.
That's right. So, see, like Fast Lane, Scotland, have we got weapons? Is it true? We are out of weapons.
Oh, of course, yes, absolutely. They're based there, yes, indeed. And we had it in the Holy Loch, where I went every day of my life when I was a young man to pick up the American sailors and take them to Liberty. I was on the crew of the boat. I was the cabin boy of the Liberty boat.
Yeah. I've got a friend who works a submarine. Seriously, I've never told you this before, right? He's a good friend a long time ago. He's underwater for 6 months at a time.
The poor soul that joined the Navy to see the world and got 6 months in submarines, you know.
So I watched a programme last week, I don't know if you saw it on TV, it was interesting, about, they're saying that a new nuclear war's coming, as we all know it, apparently.
Sorry, David, say that again.
A new nuclear war is coming.
A nuclear war is coming.
Yeah.
Well, you see, a nuclear war is not a war because it's game over. The game's over. There's no point in that. You know what I mean? It's like you saying you're coming round for a game of whist and I throw the cards out the window.
But they want us British to fight with the Russians. So what's going on here, Scottie?
Well, I mean, there's no point in, listen, everything the Russians have ever fought for, you know, they've done it right to the death. So all it would do is clobber us all.
That's correct, fine. I'm glad you said that.
You know?
So Putin is a right-wing man. He's not stupid. Neither is Donald Trump.
No, neither is Donald Trump. I think you'll find, here's what I think will happen. I think Donald Trump will get back into the presidency of the United States next year. I wish he was in London. I think he'll be speaking to all the world leaders and saying, right,
Good.
wrap this in now. Here's what's happening.
Right.
And then that'll change. We've got too many lightweights. We've got that old guy doddering about the States. We've got our crowd that don't know if they're in Wembley or Mumbai.
Yes.
And, you know, that's your problem. And, you know, some of them I wouldn't trust to sit the right way around on the lavatory.
Oh, Scottie, see that guy is doing the DINKY-DOO. Nobody's done to subway stations right now. He's changed subway stations into a Muslim world.
Oh, right.
Okay.
So they must have a very high Islamic population.
He's changing all its tube station in London into Muslim worlds, not like Piccadilly Circus anymore.
Right.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I think you'll find that when Donald comes in, he'll be having a word with all the world leaders and saying, now, you wrap in all this stuff that you're controlled elsewhere, and you just do what you're asked to sort this mess out. And then they'll have to either shape up or ship out.
Scottie, we're all, and there's people, you know, like the old farmer drivers.
Yes,
you know,
all over the world. Germany, Holland, France, Britain.
You know what they're doing?
They're starting in Scotland.
Thank you, Scott. You know what they're doing? They're going to the beach at the front sea to stop the immigrants coming in.
I saw that. They're stopping the boats and what have you. Yeah.
Thank you, Scottie.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
No, absolutely.
But we're not seeing it on real live TV. We're seeing it on, people say, what would we say, ban TikTok, because TikTok is telling the truth.
Of course, that's what's going out. It's not just TikTok. All the platforms are telling the truth. You know, we'll know the game's up if the internet suddenly just disappears. You know,
it's really obviously right. So they can't send you to war. Obviously, we're a bit older.
Well, no, I mean they might put me, say, in charge of, I don't know, the central station or something with my kilt on.
Oh, what are they like?
You know, saying, sorry, what was your name again? Right, you're over there. You're in platform 10. You know. All that.
I mean, a man said, this important man was on a platform last night, a pinstripe on. No, he said, sign up with disability people. He said, you didn't human shields. Human shields? This man, right?
See, what I worry most about a nuclear war is there's not enough time to boil an egg because it wouldn't be ready.
That's a fact. You understand that, son, you know? But so they know America's got a big, massive red button for this. So is Russia.
Yeah, but I mean they'll get back in touch, you know.
Yeah, they will. As I said, Donald Trump and Putin met each other a long time ago. They're fine. It's Biden and Rishi and Sunak and Scott and that thing from Ukraine.
They're all doing their bit. Right, that's plenty from you now. Well done. You got all that in. You got that off your chest, as we say.
Yeah, I'm good. Anyway,
Davey,
all right.
You're all right, my boy, and thank God. And you take great care of your dear self. And Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo, la la. He got it all off his chest. I tell you. So there we go. Fantastic. Good call, everybody. Right, we're out of time. How says Alistair? Well, yes, she's just eating. I'm not going to tell you. What's that? What do you mean, says Alistair? Oh, is that the real Alistair? I tell you. Bro, I'm staying in Scotland. I think we'll maybe get that one out just now, just to see what happens there. There we go. Yes, that's absolutely it. No problem at all. Where are you located, says the New Yorker? We're located in the west of Scotland. We're out of time. I love you guys. Fabulous show tonight. Take great care of yourselves. Scottie McClue saying dinky-doo to every one of you. Stick your tongue out and say ta-ta. Bye-bye. And to our wonderful, wonderful YouTubers, we are right out of time. What a fabulous show tonight. Dinky-Doo to every single one of you. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra, lads. Stick your tongue out. Papa. One more. Papa.